If you feel that you are ready to apply for your next or new Navy Federal credit card, but you're not totally sure when's the right time to pull the trigger, then look no further. In this lesson right here, I'm gonna show you the proper steps to get approved so you do not get denied with Navy Federal. So make sure you stay to the end so you don't miss any steps, all right? And with enough rambling, let's dive in. All right, before I even start, I know there's a lot of opinions out there when it comes to pulling that trigger for the next Navy Federal credit card. But I'm gonna give you all of the gems that I have based off of what I actually experienced and went through with Navy Federal, even up until this time, all right? And also, I wanna let you know this gem because a lot of people aren't telling you this. You're only allowed 3 personal credit cards with Navy Federal. Just want to let you know that right now. So if you thought about getting all of them or anything like that, with like how Amex does, this is not the place. You only get 3 personal credit cards with 1 account. So with that being said, make sure you choose wisely when it comes to which actual credit cards you actually want to go after. All right, so when you get started, please do the credit card application through the app. The reason why is because it's going to be a soft pull. If you call it in or you go into a Navy Federal location, I can't promise you that it will not be a hard pull. It might be a hard pull. So please just take my advice and please do it through the app. Unless you know for sure that if you do it any other way, that it will be a soft pull. Unless you just out here just want a hard pull. So it's up to you. Also, another thing that you want to do, you want to make sure before you're applying that you have great credit and a great relationship with them. Now, I just want to let you know, you can have fair credit but have a great and excellent relationship with them and still get approved for a super high limit. Or you can have great and exceptional credit and have a fair relationship with them and get the same exact results. Basically, either way how you twist and turn it, you gotta have one or the other or both. In my case, when I first started with them, I had terrible credit. I had to start off with a secure credit card, then work my way up to the cash rewards card and things of that nature. So, and even in that time frame, in a short amount of time, they gave me a lot of funding throughout that process. And I was able to graduate my secure credit card very fast. But that's besides the point. I just want to let you know, now that I have great credit, they open the floodgates, but I also have a great relationship. If you're just starting with them, make sure that you have a great relationship with them and still working on your credit, all right? And I know the number one question that's running through your head from what I just said is why? Why? Is because you want a good credit score and a great internal score with Navy Federal. I'm gonna keep beating that in your head until you get that and understand that. If you don't know what an internal score is with Navy Federal, it ranges from 100 all the way to 450. Anything above 200 is deemed pretty good to the great mark. You get what I'm saying? So with their internal score, how do I raise that? Number one thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have great payment history with their products. Even if you have a late payment with any other institution or anything like that, do not have a bad payment history with Navy Federal because that is going to drop your internal score and it's going to be hard to raise it, all right? Also, no negative balances. If you have any checking accounts, any savings accounts or anything like that, do not let them go into negative balances. Do not overdraw your accounts or anything like that. That's another way to keep a good relationship with Navy Federal, all right? You want to seem trustworthy to them, all right? They already have their eyebrow raised because it's like, they have all of these negatives. Not saying you do, but you have these negatives on this account. But you know what? They seem pretty great to us. They haven't done anything wrong to us. So we're going to open up the floodgates and give them a high credit limit. So again, make sure that you have great payment history with their products. If you have any, if you're just starting out or if you've been with them, make sure you have great payment history with them and also no negative balances. Keep everything in the positive. I don't care if you got 2 cents in there. Keep it like that until you put more money in there. All right. And the next thing to raise your internal score is to have direct deposit with Navy Federal. Navy Federal loves direct deposits. The reason why is because they feel way more comfortable with you because you're making them your primary bank. That means every time you get paid, the money goes straight to them. They feel like they're the most important person in the world when it comes to that. Even if you don't want them to be your primary bank, just switch over for a few months. Go to your job, tell them that you want to switch bank accounts. It's not going to take long. It takes 2 seconds and just switch over for a few months. Let them feel that you want to actually get those direct deposits coming in after that. After that, you're raising your internal score even more. So now you don't have any negative balances. If you have a pledge loan or anything like that, you're paying everything off on time, 80-90% of it paid off or all the way paid off, and you have direct deposit, they will give you whatever you want. And then on top of that, you got fair or better credit. You're doing everything I'm telling you to do, and I'm so proud. And then on top of that, after you finish all of these steps, you could always switch back over to your primary bank, whatever that bank is, and just be that over there because you've already risen your internal score. It's not going to drop just because you take away the direct deposit. It will drop if you do the opposite of negative balances, late payments, things of that nature on their products. All right, and the next thing I need you to do is limit how many inquiries you have on your credit report. Navy Federal is inquiry sensitive. It's an inquiry sensitive credit union. So having a lot can also hinder you. You can have great credit and be very good with their products, but because you went here, and you try to get funding or whatever you try to do and they see that, they're going to turn you away because they're going to say, why is this person trying to get so many things at this amount of time and now they want something from us? No, we're not doing that. Like I stated, other institutions sometimes don't care, but Navy Federal really does care. So if you got a inquiry within 4 months, 2 months or whatever, let it sit. Do not apply for anything until about that 6-month mark because that's when inquiries really don't matter at that point. Now, once you've done every single step that I told you to do in this video, it's time for you to apply for that credit card. If you're starting off, in my opinion, just my opinion, I think that you should apply for the platinum card and then work your way up due to the point system that you can acquire. All right, you can get the platinum card, then the more rewards card, and even the flagship card after that. That's more so of Navy Federal's trifecta. You catch my drift? But if you want to do it another way, I totally understand. If you use this strategy, I can guarantee you that you're going to get approved. How do I know? Again, I still use this method still to this day. I still pull out pledge loans just because I want to continue to have that relationship with them. But again, I'm not here to lie to you and tell you that I'm just the Navy Federal guru or anything. There could be plenty of other ways that people have gotten approved that's totally opposite of what I did. But if you know any other ways to actually get approved, put them in the comment section so we can all actually benefit from that and we can all get approved. I promise you there's enough credit, funding, and money for all of us, all right? I want to appreciate you guys for stopping by. Now go get that credit card and go get that super high limit, all right? And until next time, ladies and gentlemen.